You know, it's funny how the mind works. I was rewatching one of my favorite movies, The Thomas Crown Affair. Steve McQueen, Faye Dunaway. And as I was watching that, you know what came to my mind, believe it or not? Donald Trump. How did that happen? Because there's a classic song in that movie, Windmills of Your Mind. And I had just been listening to Trump pontificate on the evils of windmills. Now, windmills have an interesting history, right? You remember Don Quixote, who thought that the windmills were giants and he fought a battle against them? Well, Trump also thinks that there's a battle that needs to be fought against windmills. And I heard his talk about this. And this actually, his history goes back to about 2006, when he bought a golf course in Scotland, and the country was going to put some wind turbines, which is really what they should be called. Windmills are the ones that turn a grindstone. But now we're talking about wind turbines, but of course Trump doesn't know that. So anyway, he thought it was going to destroy his view at the golf course. So he launched a battle against these things. And just the other day, he was talking about how they cause cancer because of the noise that they make. Of course, there's no substance to that allegation at all. He says that the energy is wasted because they only produce electricity when the wind blows, which of course is not true. You can store the energy that they produce. And then he says they're bird killers and that it's like a graveyard for birds underneath. Well, it is true that windmills do kill birds. They crash into them, and there are a lot of birds. However, there are also many, many more birds that crash into skyscrapers, like Trump Tower. And then there are the domestic cats that eat far more birds than the windmills sacrifice. Wind turbines, I should say. In any case, we need to look for alternate sources of energy. But of course, Trump is playing up to the fossil fuel lobby. He wants their support and he wants their money. And that's why he degrades in his mind anything that has to do with wind power, solar power, etc. He also used to be against electric cars until he made this compact with Elon Musk. And now, of course, he has to toe that party line. So there's a lot of nonsense in what he says about wind turbines. No, they do not cause harm. There are some issues. What are we going to do with them? They have about 20 years of life expectancy. Some of these turbines have pieces that are 100 meters long. You can't just put those into a landfill. But there are methods of recycling them, using them in grinding them up, using them in other plastics, etc. The industry is working on that. So anyway, all of this nonsense about wind turbines has to be, contraindicated by science, because we know what the truth is. And if we go back to that, the song about windmills in the mind, there's a stanza in there about circle within a circle. Well, some politicians have circles in their minds that need to be straightened out. Or do they maybe have windmills in their mind that blow hot air through their mouth?